Dave.
All right, we are live for the 148th episode of the
Let's Go podcast. We are in busy season here at the HSL. So much going on, but Ken, I have to bring my lunch, my diet, healthy, multi-grain bread with cheese lunch, onto this podcast to find time to eat. It's so busy. We got all of our youth stuff. We got South Florida Home Run Derby, Gems Home Run Derby. We got South Florida sports. We got adult basketball, men's. We got a ton of stuff going on. And although Jeffrey Sullivanov's not going to like to hear it, at center stage right now is the event we have going on tomorrow night, the Twillery Tournament Draft. And on that topic, we have a man on this podcast named Hillel Schwartz. Hillel literally blasted onto the scene this softball season, at least for me. Hillel has become somebody not only beloved within the community, a super nice guy, but also absolute elite pop that's gone in the same category as a Matthew Rosenberg, which you do not say lightly. We're super pumped to have Hill on the podcast. Dave's been pushing this one for a while, and rightfully so. And we're super excited to talk with Hill here. And Dave, take it away.
Actually, I wasn't pushing for it for a while. It's very rare that somebody offers to come on our podcast, and very rare that somebody of Hill's caliber.
Wait, Hill asked to come on here?
Well, I think it's how it went was I said you should have a podcast where you go through all of the players and say what you think this person's worth, what you think that person's worth, and then David said to me, well, will you come on?
And that's how it happened? I actually don't remember.
I'll come on.
Oh, yes, you're right. He didn't ask to come on. He had a podcast suggestion. That's
I wanted to see a podcast in my bored summer break state.
I have to say, so those of you who don't know, besides for being an exceptional softball player, Hillel is also training to become a medical doctor, an MD. Unlike myself, who's a PsyD, he's considered lower down on the medical totem pole.
Hey, you're a doctor, Dr. Gottlieb.
That's right, yeah. But he is having the biggest Bein Hazmanim I've ever seen in any kind of schooling anywhere. So I'm pretty impressed with how long your break has been, Hillel.
I know, it's been like 3 months. But they gave it to us so we could do some extra research and play more softball. So they told us.
So in other words, play more softball.
So Hillel actually, I heard last summer that he was a good player. He was playing on Jake's. Were they addictive ads last year? Or they were the party animals in the summer?
I think it was the party animals.
So I heard from Jake or from somebody that, Hillel was a real stud. So I started trying to recruit him for my Tier 2 Sunday team, and he ended up, Tuvia was looking for a guy, ended up connecting him with Tuvia, and so he ended up playing Tier 1 on Sundays. It was still a tough sell to get him to play Tier 2 during the week, during the summer, when he had more time.
Dave, ask Hillel how his first ever at-bat against Avi Edelman went in the softball career.
Hillel, how did your first ever at-bat against Avi Edelman go?
I think you might have struck me out.
But Dave, don't ask how the second at bat went, though.
Avi struck me out. It was pretty embarrassing, honestly. From that point on, I said I'm never letting it up to the umpire to decide what happens in an at bat.
Oh, was it called strike 3?
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
The next at bat,
I trust
to the what's it called in Grice? What do you call those things? Those like gazebos. It went past the gazebo in left field.
Into the street over there, I think it went.
Yeah.
That was a good one. You realize that you just can't leave it up to the umpires to make the calls. I trust my eye, but I don't trust them. So.
Who was the umpire, Avi, do you remember?
It had to have been Dom. Doesn't Dom do all the Grice games? Isn't Grice Dom's territory? I don't remember, but I think it's Dom. I think it was in Grice, right? Was it in Grice? Maybe it wasn't in Grice.
It was Grice, yeah.
It was Grice, yeah. It had to.
It was Grice. Yeah, it was Grice. It was Sunday morning, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how was your Sunday morning experience this past season playing for Tuvia Blisco's, I don't remember what they were called this year, Gordon Companies? I can't keep track of all the sponsor names.
I think it was Crown Care.
Crown Care.
Oh, he was Crown Care, okay.
Was it Crown Care? Yeah, it was.
How did that go, Hillel? And also, Hillel, when's the last time, besides last summer, you played softball? Because you're really a hardball guy, which we'll get into.
I've never played softball before last summer. I played one game in Sharon, Massachusetts. Played one hardball softball game there. That was the only other time I ever played softball, so still getting used to it. Maybe in a few years I'll be more expensive than Matt Rosenberg. Maybe in a few years. I don't think this year I'll be as expensive as him. I think he's going to be a heavy price.
What did you go for last year, Avi?
Who, me?
No, Matt.
Oh, Matt. I was going to say, I wasn't in last year. I think Matt went in the 80s.
In the 80s. I'll say I'm not worth that much. I'll say that.
I think you went mid to high 80s, I think.
So, Hill, I don't know if you know this, but basically there's this committee that ranked all the players and then submitted the rankings. Only the captains were privy to them. So the purpose being that...
I have some individuals who are all over me to send to them. All over. I'm showing you on. I promise you. They're like really not harassing, but they're really into
where did I rank?
Oh, that's a good question. On Avi's list?
Oh, so there's two different lists. First, we ranked, and this we actually made pretty somewhat public. We ranked the players in order from 1 to 132. That list got absolutely demolished. Somehow through Excel, someone played around with it. The whole list got like totally misconstrued.
That was public?
It was some parts of it was made public at a time. Yossi Kaufman made we did a podcast on a lot of that list. Partially public, but anyways, somehow Excel got messed up and the order got out of place. But then, as of recently, Tuesday night, me and 4 others ranked every single player 1 to 10 offensively and defensively. We averaged in our rankings and put a description by their name, which will be sent out to all the captains.
I see. So what did I rank?
Let me check. I could check where. Well, one thing that I found interesting in Avi's rankings, I didn't go through the other 3 committee members, was that you actually had Matt Rosenberg ahead of pitchers, Avi, which is a very hot take.
Oh,
ahead of which pitchers?
Wait, 1 second. Which ranking?
I think
you're referring to the ranking where we just put everyone 1 to 132. That was like sort of like not a gimmick. That was real. Obviously, I meant it. That was sort of a way to like, show people where they are and get them, into it and, riled up for the tournament. The real rankings that we're sending out to the captains are, like I said, the number system, which is 4 or 5 people,
Right. No, I understand. I'm talking about your 1 to 132, though. That was pretty interesting to me. That you had...
Well, the reason why it's obvious is because Matt Rosenberg in North Lemire Park is like
he's
a kid in the candy shop. He's hitting home run 1 in every 4 at bats. You'll say, okay, walk him every time. The guy's a menace on the bases. Any base hit, he's at third.
He also seems to have improved, right?
And that's besides his outfield ability, right? Like at the plate, he's hitting home run 1 in every 3 or 4 at bats. You want to walk him 3 out of 4 at bats. Anything hit in the gap, he's scoring. Anything, any mistake, he's scoring. And then the outfield yeah, go ahead.
100% at North Woodmere, way more valuable. Him being a lefty at North Woodmere makes him just like insanely valuable. If you throw it over the plate, it's essentially a home run. It's just not fair. Whereas I'm sitting there trying to adjust my hitting when the fielders in left field are playing like at the line of the lights. I have to then try to hit the right field.
Field 1 by the basketball court or field 2 by the baseball field.
So it's like at some point I have to decide, okay, I think that's too far for me to hit. I mean, until I hit one into the basketball court, but at some point
it feels a little like a cheat code,
that he's a lefty.
Yeah.
It is definitely unfair to be a lefty at North Woodmere. But if we were playing at Sunday morning, I like that field. What's it called? Middle school or.
Oh yeah. You hit one over there off of Koenig, right? Or
off of Koenig. That game there were I think 5 home runs to left field. I think it's Lawrence Elementary.
The one that has a small no. Sunday mornings, Avi. The one that has a small field in the back where you sub tier B for the playoffs and a field in the front. I believe it's Lawrence Middle.
So Lawrence Elementary.
We're there all the time, Avi. JSL comes afterwards.
Oh, the 2 fields. You mean the 2 fields?
Yes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Lawrence Middle 1. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that left field is great.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, I found where Avi had you on his 1 to 1. This is when we had 111 players. You're not that high up. I don't know if you want to know.
Let's hear it.
But you have a significant number in Jewish life. You're 18. Chai.
That's extremely high up. What are you talking about?
18 is pretty good.
I would have people that
I'll
come from my
take
throat.
18.
People would come from my throat for that.
I will take 18, and then I'll take that suit in a few months.
So I don't know if they make them in your size. I don't know. What is
Do
your
they do customs?
your circumference? Your circumference around your
technically,
shoulders.
I wear 42 regular, but I have to get them adjusted.
Is that how you generate that kind of power? I was actually thinking about.
I don't know. I
today.
think it's in the legs.
It's in the legs. What
I
about
mean, of
for
course,
Matt?
it's some in the arms, but I think most of the power in hitting is from your legs.
From your leg?
Keep
And what
your weight
about bat
back,
speed?
swing.
What about bat speed? That's generated by the legs.
Sure, I think it's both your legs and your arms, but I don't think it's so. Of course, you have to get your hands through quickly, but I do think most of your power comes from, like, imagine swinging like without your legs. You get no power. Like, just imagine standing with no leg twist or anything like that. You could barely get out of the infield.
Right. So I think one of the knocks against you right now is that you don't have a true position on the diamond.
Well, I'll tell you there are two knocks. If you want to start getting to knocks.
Let's hear it.
Let's get into knocks.
Like David said, knock number one is that, right now you have the name of somebody who could just pass as an outfielder. It's always like an average to above average infielder, on a good day. And the second knock, which I think is probably the worst knock, because somebody who could pass, who's an average outfielder, average infielder, like, that's fine. There's always teams that need outfielders and infielders. Having the flexibility is good. I think the bigger knock really is, as a hitter, like you were saying, right now the game plan on you is just to load up the whole left side of the outfield. You can put three guys out there and somehow force you to go opposite field, which doesn't seem like, as of right now, you're really capable of doing. I think those are the two things that people look at and be like, how can he be a top 20 hitter? He's super one-dimensional, and in the field, he's just average, So, like, that's, I think, the two knocks that people would I guess, give.
Okay. Well, stack the left side of the field. See what happens.
So it's interesting. What would your scenario be there? You would.
How would I pitch him?
No. How would you even? Sure, you could get into that, but also, how would you stack the left side of the field? Like, I remember your Ariel Cohen shift, which was basically, but Ariel couldn't hit it deep. Ariel got very effective at hitting.
I would vacate the second baseman is what I would do. I would vacate the second baseman. I would have a guy sitting out around right center. I would have a deep left field, a short left field, and a guy in left center. And vacate the second baseman.
So the second baseman, let's say, goes out to short left field. Your center fielder moves to short
left
left
center.
or deep left. Oh, left center.
The left fielder goes to deep left. The right fielder goes to right center. And I'd have my first
Take out
baseman.
a right fielder? Okay, please do that. Please do that.
No, I'll leave someone. I'll leave one outfielder in right center, one outfielder in left center, one outfielder in left center in short left, and one outfielder in deep left. Those are my four outfielders. I would then remove my second baseman and pull him back towards shallow right field.
Why are you so confident that Hill can't hit it to right, Avi, if he hasn't been tested yet?
I'm pretty sure Sunday morning I hit a home run to right field a few weeks ago.
Could be. I've never seen it.
The fun part is Avi hasn't been a regular pitcher this season, and he's been talking crap about everybody.
I've been watching more softball.
No, I understand, but how many you pitched in what, Avi? This whole year, 9 softball games, something like that.
Yeah, probably.
So he's been, he hasn't been able to put it to the test. So it'll be interesting for everything he's been saying about players to see if he can put his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. I'll tell you how I would play me. I would put two players in left field, but I would move everyone over. So I'd move my left center fielder, or whoever's your worst outfielder, I'd say, I'd move them into short left center, because when the left fielder starts to play pretty deep, I'll like try to essentially hit either a hard line drive or a hard ground ball in between the third baseman and shortstop. So I'll go for that spot there, because that's essentially an automatic double, maybe a triple if it hits the line and bounces into foul territory, that area. So I'd put 2 outfielders in left field. I'd still have a right fielder and still have a center fielder, because I can go to right field and I can go to left field and I can go to center 100%. I'd keep them there. And then I would agree with you. I'd put the second baseman. I'd probably shift the entire side of the infield to the left side. That's how I would face me, because I do ground. I do hit grounders, and I do hit the ball to right field if I'm going that direction. How I'd pitch to me in that situation is I'd pitch everything inside, because if you're giving me inside pitches, it's hard for me to go to right field. So that's how I would pitch to me while I'm and
Yeah,
face me in the field.
hence the short right fielder, right? When you're pitching, in general, by the way, righty, you're getting pitched inside on the corner. If a pitcher don't hit his spot, it's very hard in general to go to right field. Even righties who are accustomed to it, like myself. But against a big power, there was a lot of power to left. You get a ball inside with a decent amount of speed. If you're going to go to right, it's going to be a jam shot. It's going to be a bloop shot in the shallow right. That's why I would keep a guy in shallow right field.
Yeah, I mean, you could put a guy in shallow right, but if you miss your spot, then I could put it over his head.
Yeah, correct. The pitcher has to be confident. Well, actually, I don't know if you can put it over his head. I've never seen you do it yet, but you said you do, so let's see.
We'll see.
So for my night squad in the summer, I've been having Hillel play shortstop whenever he's there. Have you overlapped with Mike Pfeiffer yet, by the way? I don't remember who played what when he was there.
I don't think so, but it's possible. My guess is, I don't think I've ever, I don't know.
Yeah, so, and I think you've played pretty well. I think I've only been there for maybe 2 of your games. But if I were Hillel's captain, I would just keep him in there at shortstop day in, day out. In my view, a shortstop is more valuable than an outfielder. I just cannot tell you how many games I've had botched by third basemen or shortstops, and it's rare with an outfielder. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the reflex time. An outfielder with amazing range is incredibly valuable, but it just seems like there are more outfielders who can catch the routine plays than infielders who can catch the routine plays. And I actually came up with a new chiddush the other day. It's not a chiddush, but I need a way to think about, I don't even care about range at shortstop at this point. If you can make the plays that are hit right at you, and I don't know how to define right at you. Avi, maybe you can help with this.
Go ahead.
At what point do you start calling it having range, right? Is it 4 feet on each side of you? And the chiddush that I'm saying, though, is you give me a guy who has 0 range but makes 9 out of 10 plays. 9 out of 10, maybe even 8 out of 10. The guy is a stud in these leagues. So the Tier 1 guys are going to say, no, it's not true in Tier 1. I've watched enough Tier 1
8
games
out
at
of
this
10,
point.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
You think that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So I think Hillel is developing in that area. In Tier 1, the balls might be a little bit harder, but it's actually not necessarily true because the hitters are better, but also the pitchers are better, so it's not necessarily true. So that's my 2 cents. My 2 cents is you stick Hillel in shortstop and just let him develop and flourish there. That's where he should go.
I liked it also. Also, like you said, Dave, shortstop's always much more. It's a hot commodity. Teams always need shortstops. So developing a ability at short, I think, is a lot more valuable. In terms of range, I think there are 2 aspects to range, right? There's obviously your speed and how much ground you can cover, but I think especially in the outfield, even and in the infield, I think the bigger and I don't think it's a hot take. I think people would agree. I think the bigger thing when it comes to range is how well you read the ball off the bat. Getting a jump off the bat could be the difference between 4 or 5 feet when it comes to how fast you're running. So I think that's step 1 with range, and obviously it helps to be fast and be able to sprint like Matt Rosenberg from right field to left field in 3.1 seconds. But it's really how well you read the ball off the bat. Imagine at shortstop, all those balls going back out on pop-ups or at second base. You read the ball well, you're there waiting for it. You don't, you're trying to make a backwards Moshe Zin basket catch over your head. So I think a lot of the range comes from how well you read the ball off the bat. It's what allows guys like myself to play in the outfield, to be honest. I'm extremely slow, but just from my 20 years of playing a billion baseball games, I am able to read the balls off bats very well. It's my strength. It's why I was such a good third baseman for so many years till my shoulder gave out. Hand-eye coordination. So that is, I think, the biggest thing when it comes to your range. And then, obviously, it's the speed and how fast you go.
Do you think there's a relationship between your ability to hit a softball and your ability to read a ball off a bat whilst in the field?
It's all reactionary, right? It's all reaction time. It's all hand-eye coordination. So, at the plate, I know I'm never ever going to swing and miss in my life, ever. And if I'm late in a pitch, I know I could foul off a ball.
Didn't that happen recently?
No, I never swing and miss.
Okay, it was the called strikes. Okay.
Yeah,
Each strikeout was a called strike. The 5 in your life.
Oh, the last time I struck out. You're right. The last time I struck out swinging was against. I said it was against Steve Powell in 2018. Yeah, it was 5 or 6 times. But my point is that it's all reactionary, right? It's all how quick your instincts and reactions, whether it's ball off the bat or the ball coming in at you. Pitcher throws a ball, Steve Pollen or whatever, Daniel Ash throw the ball 1,000,000 miles an hour and could also throw the ball 5 miles an hour. In my mind, it's even if I'm caught off guard at the fastball, okay, I'll foul it off. there's a changeup, I'll set it and I'll wait because my reaction every time is very good.
I think it's experience because you can see it. Well, you know that feeling when someone hits a foul ball and you're like, oh, that's coming to me. That was coming to me if he put that in play. Like if he had gotten
when it hits the top of the fence.
Something about the way they swing, something about where the ball's pitched. You can just kind of tell. There's a step. You know, when the players make a step towards an area, even though there's no play, the ball hit the top of the fence. Like there was no actual play on the ball, but everyone kind of took a step in the right direction. That's like a baseball thing. That's a life of playing baseball, which teaches you how to do that. It's not sure you need good reaction, you need good hand-eye skills, you need to be able to make the play, but the first thing for range is taking that first step in the right direction.
Well, I guess that's what I meant by reading the ball, right? Reading the ball off the bat. Right, when the ball's hit, you have to, know where you're going.
So Hillel, let's for a minute get into a life of playing baseball. Tell me a little bit. Let's get a little bit into your history, and then we'll get into the spicy stuff, the 10 most expensive players, which was your idea. So you grew up, you mentioned, in Sharon, Massachusetts.
Yes, I'm from Sharon, Massachusetts. I then played MIMO baseball since 8th grade, MIMO varsity, which is not that hard to make it in 8th grade. But I'd say the better players make it in 8th grade. They play.
Were you playing baseball before then?
Of course. Everyone plays baseball before that. Who doesn't play Little League?
So tell us. Start at the beginning. Voracious Barlow Kim.
Okay, you want me to say my...
Yeah, I know you're from Sharon.
My best game ever.
That's from the Torah, Hillel.
Yeah, Deborah Sampson. Have you ever heard of her? The lady that dressed up as a man and fought in some war. So
wow.
That's Sharon. That's what Sharon's famous for. She's buried in Sharon.
All right. I like it. I like it.
So, played Little League, of course. Pitcher, third baseman, shortstop, always infield. I really never played the outfield. I've never played the outfield in my life until softball. I played one game in the outfield in college and one game in the outfield in high school because I begged my coach to let me play the outfield. So I'm not an outfielder by trade. I'm an outfielder because when you play baseball your whole life, anyone can catch a fly ball. So whatever, Little League, middle school baseball in Sharon, high school baseball, MIMO. Then I played 4 years of club baseball at Maryland, which I'd say is like
So what is club baseball for those of us who don't know?
Okay, so club is a try. You have to try out for the team, and it's essentially all washed up baseball players who were very good in high school or played for some college and then realized they weren't going anywhere, but they wanted to go to a good 4-year school and transfer out, and they're like, I still love to play baseball. So the competition is like a D3 level competition. Like we'd play D3 teams in the fall for like exhibitions. We'd normally lose because we were horribly coached and they were well coached, but the skill set of the guys on the team was that level, Division 3 level. There were a few Division 1 guys that would come and play. Like we had one guy on my team who pitched for Maryland, which is a Division 1 school, of course. He came and played with us. He was our best pitcher for sure. But that's kind of like the level we'd face at different schools. Like we played Virginia Tech. We were facing a guy throwing low 90s who played for Virginia Tech, got cut towards the end of the season. So that's the type of players we played.
How did you do hitting off the 90s guy?
Could anyone do well against that? No, I think my one at bat against him, I grounded out to him.
How did he have good breaking stuff also?
I mean, I don't remember that much, but I'm sure it was pretty good. It probably wasn't that good considering he got cut from the team with a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. Couldn't have been that good. It couldn't have been a D1 level breaking ball, or the guy had some,
But you know what?
This
stuff feels so distant from where we are, that I don't know. There might be things that we're not even, now especially we're into analytics, spin rate, and all this kind of nonsense. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's 90 miles and then there's 90 miles. Yeah. Right.
He's revealing the ball too early, something like that.
There you go. His mechanics, he just couldn't. Right. There you go. He couldn't get the mechanics right. Something like that.
There's something off. Yeah, it could be that also. It could be that he's easier to hit. Just when you're facing a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, if you're not that level, you're not going to hit it. You know, that's just what it is. But so club was awesome. I pitched most of the time.
How fast do you throw?
My fastest was like 84. So 84. I have a sick curveball. That's my thing.
Really?
I'm still waiting to pitch in.
Why do I never see
HSL?
Well,
Why do you never see baseball?
Underhand softball is
a
different ball
different
game.
world. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's a
I'm
different
gonna
ball.
have to get in.
It takes some real talent
David.
for us softball pitchers.
Hillel, join my tier 2 squad next year, and I'll let you pitch.
Okay, cool. I'll go to the sideline, show you a few of my pitches. I'm sure I'm gonna throw it harder than the next guy.
I better bring my catcher's gear for throwing at 84.
84 will not be the case, but I wonder if I could hit 70 with a softball. Probably not. Yeah, that's pretty damn fast. That's like what the college softball girls are throwing. 70 miles an hour, 72.
Yeah, but is that
like
real 70?
It's real 70 to me. If it says it on a gun, it's got to be real 70.
Yeah, but I don't know. Something's weird about it.
Well, they're able to wind up differently. Is that what you mean? Or
Yes, they are. They are winding up.
How strong? Whatever. I don't know.
They got that thing where they flick the ball with their wrist, and they have a snap on their thigh, whoosh,
Yeah.
So
pretty
Tuvia
insane.
So Hillel, when Tuvia asked you to play the outfield, you were excited.
I wouldn't say I was excited. I was happy to play, and I was happy to play the outfield because the outfield's really fun. The infield's fun too. The outfield's also really fun. If you're getting balls,
You get to run
you're
around,
Playing,
you get
if
to
you're
run
playing
around.
left center or right center, the outfield's really fun. Or left field. I mean,
Yeah.
right field can be pretty boring,
Yeah.
but you get to run around, catch fly balls, make good plays. It's more fun in a way than the infield. I mean, the infield is fun too if you're getting a lot of plays and you're making
I think
them,
there's more
it's fun.
stress in the infield. Definitely more stressful in the infield because your reaction time's got to be a little bit quicker, and there's a lot more balls that are, there's a lot more error for mistake in the infield.
Well, you have to make a catch and a throw, or you have
A lot of different
you have to
situations.
field the ball and then you have to throw it. So there's two parts of being an infielder. Whereas an
Right.
outfielder, you just catch the ball and you chuck it in.
And how good how talented were you at? Let's start with the high school team.
I was the best pitcher on my team and the second best hitter.
And then in the
Because we had this
conference
kid
or in
who
the
was
division.
unbelievable. In high school or in
Let's start with high school.
in high school in the conference, I was probably one of the better pitchers in the conference. But it's a little division, It's not like we weren't
Who are
playing
the other
Division
teams?
One high
Are they
school.
Jewish teams?
In Boston, it's all little Catholic schools for the most part. But we played some real competition. I mean, there are some guys we played that are currently in the minor leagues. We did play some real competition. Yeah. So
right.
how I was in the conference, there was no there were no stats to show how you were in the conference. Not every team had stats.
You weren't as
My coach-
sophisticated as HSL.
No, I'm actually very impressed how.
Despite
how,
what's your high school, Maimonides?
Yes.
Despite probably $25,000 a year tuition, we really got up the price at HSL. But what were you going to say? You're impressed with the stats? We'll take.
I'm
compliments,
impressed with the
though.
whole stats thing. This guy, his name's Eitan.
Yeah.
Eitan, I'm very impressed with this website. I mean, how he's able to take the Game Changer stuff and put it onto the website. It's pretty fun to look at a team. I was going through our team with David, looking at everyone's stats. It's a pretty cool little tool here to be able to look at that. I don't even think people know it exists.
Yeah, it's not. It hasn't been super well publicized. Just been put out on the chat a little bit.
Yeah, we have to
pretty
pop it
cool.
more. It's also cool. It's also, speaking of blessing and thanking Eitan, it's also very cool for all of our kid stuff. In the past, I had all these different now every parent could go on the website and check their kid's schedule, and every single edit's done through the website. It's so convenient when a parent asks, "Hey, what's the schedule?" I don't have to, I can just send them the website and say, "Hey, go on the website and look for grades 3 and 4. Use softball." I don't need to find the exact spreadsheet for that grade, and if there's a change, I have to edit the spreadsheet and resend it to everything's on the website, and this gets edited. It's really awesome and really convenient.
So let's get to the
No, it is
spicy
sick.
stuff. So the 10 most expensive players. Hillel, why don't you start? Who has impressed you? I know you're not great at the names. faces a little bit better. How can we assist you in talking some trash?
Well, I'll start by saying that pitchers are much more worth your dollar than a hitter is. I think that a pitcher makes a difference in every single pitch in every single inning, whereas a hitter is up 1 every 10 batters. Sure, if they're a sick fielder and a sick hitter, they're more valuable, but still, you're 1 of 10 in the field. You're 1 of 10 in batting, whereas the pitcher is literally 1 of 1 every single pitch. And it makes a big difference. There are some leagues, like I played in Teaneck a few weeks ago, and they're playing from farther back hardball, and like the pitcher doesn't really matter because they can't reach the plate like at a decent speed. Whereas in this league, like you see a real difference between guys like Steve and Koenig. Like you see a difference in these. I've never faced this guy Kaufman. Even Avi's a great pitcher.
Did you face Daniel Ash?
Let me look him up.
I don't. Nah, there's no way he did. If he did, he would know. So Daniel throws the hardest of the bunch. Then comes Kaufman after, and then comes Steve. That's basically the order. Asaf also, I guess, is somewhat in there, but he's
I faced Asaf. Asaf's a great pitcher too. I mean, I've hit him pretty well. So like for me, I feel like of those guys that you've mentioned, I really like know Koenig, Steve. I faced Steve maybe like 2 games, and then Asaf, I faced him 2 games, I think. Asaf, I hit pretty well, but I think people have a lot of trouble with him. So like nothing bad to say about him. Steve, I haven't like gotten yet, so I got to face him a few more times, and maybe I can figure that out. Koenig,
you've been having trouble with Steve.
I mean, I've only faced him 2 games, and I don't think I got a good piece of a ball against him. So I would say, for me, Steve is the best of those 3 right now. But everyone has different things. So when Koenig throws his little,
the Koenig riser? I was gonna ask. Have you seen that riser?
I have seen it. But for me, it's I swing first pitch, which I almost swing first pitch essentially against everyone if you give me a good pitch. And he doesn't throw his off speed as much first pitch. Maybe he will now, but that's what I think against him. And you just kind of have to sit back and wait. The ball's not coming in fast enough to be
right.
To be so off put by the off speed. You just have to kind of sit back and wait and take that mindset of let's put it into right field. And then because the ball's coming in so much slower than baseball is, if you try to go right field, it tends to go center or even left sometimes.
That's a great point, by the way. The more you advance as a hitter in softball, at least for me, you face real wicked pitching. When I was in camp, when I was a kid, I used to always be able to shift my body to right field, get a pitch on the outside corner, and boom, right field, 20 out of 20 times. Everyone was all like, oh my God, Avi, how do you aim like that? When you play a lot of high-level A softball, like in the 5 towns, even in deal, whatever it is, these tournaments, it goes from aiming to one place in the field to sort of, they call it, what do they call it? Middle or whatever. You have to basically like gap off, like a left center to right center, and be like, hey, I want to hit it between left center and right center, and the ball's gonna hopefully go somewhere there, or center to right. Like instead of like aiming it one direction, like I'm hitting it right over first. If you want to hit the right field, typically your mindset should be, if I get a pitch away, I want to drive the ball in between first and in between second, or in between pit stop and in between shortstop. If you say I'm hitting it right over first, you're gonna probably end up popping up 9 out of 10 times. It's really just gap to gap vision, especially when you're facing guys who are throwing the ball either very fast or with spin or junk. That's really, at least for me, the approach that I sort of changed as I, started facing better pitching. To your point.
Yeah, and it's something I'm working on a little bit, because in baseball, my approach every single at bat was think oppo, adjust to the pitch. So if I'm thinking oppo and there's an inside pitch, just get your hands through and you pull the ball. Where if it's outside, then that's your plan. You take the ball there. But that's like kind of the best way to wait back and stay back on pitches that are on, like, it helps you adjust to off-speed pitches. But in softball right now, because the ball's coming in so much slower, it's easy to just be like, okay, I'm just going to take this ball to right field, to left field, put it over the left fielder's head, and like that can be a plan. But when they start to back up all the way to the fence, then it's not really an option anymore. But
so Hillel, in your mind, so the top 10 spots, 3 to 5 of them will be occupied by pitchers.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first 5, the 5 most expensive players should be the 5 best pitchers, And then once you drop off and the pitchers start to become similar, then I don't think it's worth drafting a pitcher for that much anymore. But the pitchers that are truly the best pitchers that have the ERAs that are 2.5, like those guys need to be drafted first and for the most money. So for me,
Wait,
I mean,
1 second. When you say first, because it's an auction draft, you mean the most expensive?
Most expensive. I mean, yeah,
Got it.
the most
Got it.
expensive. They're worth to me the most.
I guess in a snake draft, yeah, it would be the
But
first 5.
somebody, I think it was Jake Epstein. No, it wasn't. It was somebody else. Maybe it was whoever it was. They said they gave a reasonable approach where maybe it was Morty said to me
Every time.
that yes, I think he was saying that one of his thoughts was to draft a mid-level pitcher, save some money, and then have a great field around him, which I saw you guys talking about Asaf the other day. Asaf's got a great field. Is that what you're saying? Asaf's got a great field?
Yeah.
Asaf's,
Yeah.
No, in tier
he
2 he has
doesn't
a
have a great
poor field, Avi.
In field, no.
in tier
I was
one.
about tier 1.
Oh.
Asaf has a phenomenal field, which is why he's able to throw no-hitters and 1 and 2 run games. With the reason why I brought that up is that if he had that field in tier 2, yes, he shouldn't be allowed to pitch. Because in tier 2, he pitches for a team that I love Yossi Held, and I wish him the best of luck in the semifinals. Because they're so, I guess, quote-unquote, subpar, even for a tier 2 team, there's no issue with Asaf pitching. He gives up, 6 to 10 runs a game in tier 2. I don't really care. I care more about... the reason why Ariel Cohen, I think, everyone threw such a fit, was that besides the fact that he was, and he is, a great pitcher, his field was like an high A-level field. So, like, between both, it's just stupid to have in a tier 2 league. When you have a guy who's, I guess I'm in the same category. Compared to the top 4 or 5 guys, a bottom tier A guy, but his field is just not great, like, who cares?
Yeah, so
If you ask every 100 people you ask in tier 2, do you want is Asaf too good? Should we only allow him to play in tier 1? And they honestly answered you. I would say 90 out of every 100 would say let him play in tier 2. I wouldn't care too much. If you asked it about Steve Pollen or Yehuda Koenig or Yossi Kaufman, it would be a different situation. That's just my take. Anyways, go ahead.
I see. Asaf for me is a little easier to hit, but I think he's still a good pitcher. So
He's very good. He's great.
That's another plan, which I think Morty kind of thought of that is to go middle level pitcher for like a decent price. I really think you got to stick away from the lobbers though, because if somebody's lobbing the ball over, it's just like it's free range at to do anything you want essentially. I mean there's plenty of good players in this league that can easily hit singles against lobs or can take the ball over the outfielder's head. So that's like a no-brainer for me. You got to make sure you're not getting somebody who's like just lobbing the ball over. I don't know who that is, but yeah, I think those are 2 plans. Either you get the best pitcher and you spend the most on them, or you get a mid-level pitcher and you really strengthen the field around them. But getting a bad level pitcher and having sick hitters, that's not the plan.
Debatably, that's how Koenig's team won last year. Koenig faked an injury and went for like $50. Where that's why I don't know if Hillel, you probably don't know. You're not in the captain's chat. Koenig is battling some injuries now, so we put out in the captain's chat. You need this information. He's listed as day-to-day, game-to-game. So Abitan, who's always on the ball, said Koenig's faking another injury in order to take home another title. So so what happened was he went for like $50 last year. Kaufman, Ash, who's not playing this year, Kaufman, Ash, and Pollen went for like $90 to $100, Avi.
Yeah.
And then Mike Pfeiffer was
this guy
also
Ash is not playing.
He's not playing. He's a hot weather pitcher. He's not a cold weather pitcher.
Warm weather pitcher.
He's a warm weather pitcher. That's his thing.
Yeah.
He plays ice hockey, so he's.
But like to your point, Hill, that team with Yehuda Koenig, you had Jaco Sabo, you had Hillel Rokach, you had like 2 of the better infielders we have in our tournament on the same team who are both great hitters. Like Jake Epstein wasn't really known, so like he's.
How much did Jake Epstein go for even? $1?
I don't know, but
it says $1 here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
By the way,
just shows how much more research.
Jake's not having a great hitting season for us, but I mean the season
unreal
is so
at
short.
first base. Unreal at first base.
He's having a phenomenal first base
Unreal
season.
at first. The amount of balls that I put like 100 miles an hour right here, Jake gets them all. Unreal first baseman.
Unfortunately, he just suffered a pretty bad injury. He got he got a really bad cut on his hand. So I'm not sure who's going to play first base for us in the playoffs next week. Can Mike Pfeiffer play first base?
That sucks for Full Shalema, Jake.
Yeah. So Jake's a really good hitter. He led the tournament in hitting last time. He's a hitting machine when he's on. A slump. If you're in a slump, these seasons are so short. Like we were talking about somebody on my team. I'll even say him by name. Phil Schwartz is like, what about this David Weissman guy? Is he a good hitter? You bat him fourth every time, fifth every time. I'm like, he's a wonderful hitter. It's like he's like in the stats. He's a thing. So I said,
I love
if he has
David.
A slump,
David is
he's an amazing
David
guy.
Is the best guy. I love David.
Yeah. No, he's the best guy. And you weren't shitting on him. You were just asking honestly. And if you have a slump that lasts 3 games, like your season is shot. You know, like.
I mean, what's David hitting this year? Let's see.
I'm actually not sure.
How can I access this?
The reason why putting David in the middle of the lineup, David Weissman, is so valuable, is because he has the ability against anybody to absolutely nuke one, and you want to have that opportunity every game.
As he did in my in our playoff game against the Twillery Tigers, he tied us up, but then we shit the bed afterward. All right, so we only got a couple of minutes left, Mr. Schwartz.
Let's hear it.
So tell us who else has some sex appeal for you in the Twillery draft?
That's an interesting way to say it. Well, of course,
Jason Schlessel. No.
I actually think Jason's great. I really like.
He is great.
I've played a lot with Jason. He's a great fielder, great hitter. So I think he'll go pretty high. Where do you have him ranked, Avi? What's his ranking?
Check, Dave.
The only reason I mentioned him was because of the sex appeal thing. It was a running bit that we had.
What do I have him ranked, Dave?
And we had him on a podcast. We were talking to a host about that. I'll check. It's going to take me a minute to find it. You mean
Where'd you
number?
find it? Where'd you even find it? My Excel spreadsheet is all messed up.
It's on an Excel spreadsheet. You actually typed it into the admin chat, and you have him pretty. You put it into the admin chat in a sheet you just typed them out in order.
Oh, right, and then they entered it for me because I don't know how to use Excel.
So
is Ellie Konigsberg playing?
He's high on my list. Yeah,
he's very high on Avi's list.
He's sick.
Yeah. The guys on
the
our
ball
team
comes
love
flying off his bat. Love his swing.
You have Schlessel in your rankings. You want me to say you have him at 31, but he might have gone down a little. Truth is, Hillel too, because you made this.
It's still very high, by the way. 31 out of one.
Of course, it's high.
Maybe even if he goes down to 35. 35.
I think he's got the batting title in A.
That's top 25.
Jason Schlessel has the batting title in A.
I'm not sure. Let's see.
Wow.
I might have the batting title. No. Let me see. I had the pitching title on it with my ERA. Konig's gonna love that.
Wow, Morty have a town at 92.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm kidding. Morty's not a 92.
Yeah, don't put 92. Morty attacked me. Morty attacked me enough for other things. I don't need him attacking me for my.
Morty's extremely locked in. Okay, so who else you got on? Who else you got going top 10? Who's impressed you? I know you're relatively new to the league.
Pitchers go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure.
Do you have 5 pitchers? So do you have Edelman in your top 5? You got Koenig, you got Pollen, you got Kaufman. Even though you've never seen Kaufman, but we're telling you that Kaufman's there.
I don't have Avi going top 5 pitchers. He might be a top 5 pitcher, but I don't have him going for the same price as those other guys.
So who are your other two rounding out?
Very accurate.
Who are the other ones rounding out your top 5 then?
Well, those are the only 3. I don't know if. Also, I think Asaf is great, but I think Asaf and Avi are pretty similar. I feel the same feeling when playing both of them, but
there's also a guy
the
named
Avi
Dan
grunt gets you a little bit, you know.
There's also a guy, Dan Braunhill. Are you familiar with Dan Braun? He pitched on the same Shule team as I did. He's actually the starter. I just filled in for him when he wasn't available. Did you ever face him on my? I'm not Shule League. Sorry, on my Sunday Spring League in HSL, our team.
I don't think I've ever faced him. But there's also a younger guy. I forgot his name. The younger guy I faced in A that was pretty good. Shoot, I just don't know his name. I think it's the team we lost to in. Crap, I have no idea what his name is. But there was a younger guy that was also really good. Looked kind of like Syrian or something like that. Darker guy.
Casson, maybe?
I don't know. I gotta find this. He might not be playing also, but he was pitching. I have no idea who it is. If I could see the schedule, but it's kind of hard to find what I'm looking for on this website. Whatever. So, Yeah, and then I think Matt, of course, like he's sick, and he hits a home run every 4 at bats. Like he's got to be the most expensive hitter, especially because we're playing most of our games in North Woodmere.
Did you get a good look Did you get a good look on Jack Ross, another lefty with power, hits a lot of balls over the fence, plays outfield, plays third. Do you know who he is?
Let me look him up and see if I
recognize his face.
Recognize his face.
He's a big lefty. He was on my team also Sundays, my Sunday morning spring team. He plays third. He plays outfield. He won. How much you go for last year? I think he went for definitely in the 70s. Did he hit 80s last year, Dave?
Matt Jack. Almost for sure.
What's his name? Jack
Ross.
Little Jack Ross.
Jack Ross.
We call him Little Jack Ross.
I don't know if I've ever played him.
I ran into him in Dunkin' Donuts.
He went for $71 last year. That's pretty expensive. What did Matt?
I ran into him in Dunkin' Donuts this morning. We're recapping our next podcast that we're going to get into. But Jack's unbelievable. I actually have him. I had him at, I think, number 5 overall at a 132 in the rankings.
Okay, so what was Matt? 1?
Matt was 1, yeah.
Matt was 1. So Jack is 5 and I'm 18. Still coming for this.
Well, this is in the old list that had 111, so you might have been knocked down a few pegs.
Okay, so what was the captain's list? I want to know
the captain's list. That I don't. Do I even have that? I don't even. I mean, I ranked, but I don't even see it. Yeah, Dave, pull up for Hill. Let's see what Hill is rated. I'm curious.
Can
you pull it up? No.
Can you share the screen?
His rankings.
His ratings. Oh wow, this is getting controversial. Okay, let me pull it up.
Listen, I want to see it. It's all fuel for the.
But just Hill. We can't really reveal anybody else.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so let me see how to get this. You know, it's funny. It wasn't even sent into that chat. It was sent over email. I think it was never sent to me over email, but I think it was shared in the admin chat. So let me look in there.
So what was the point of this ranking? Is so that every captain kind of had an idea about each player.
What, the 1 to 132?
Yeah.
No, I think that was for recruitment purposes, honestly. I think it was more for, stirring the pot. I think, sending it out to people, saying, hey...
No, not yours. Not yours. The captain's one.
Oh, they're going to have it at the draft. They'll have a Google Doc with them.
Oh, but no one else will see it. It's just to help.
No one else will see it.
Just to help the captain.
Just to help the captain's draft.
I see, because not everyone knows all 132 people.
No one's going to see it. The whole point is for no one to see it. They all have a Google Doc with rankings in front of them, picture of their face, a description. Avi,
I'm looking at the document. You just have to explain something to me. I see Avi's power rankings, Lowenger's power rankings, Blisco's power rankings, but it's not clear to me. I'm missing something on here. It's not saying the rankings. It's just a list of names.
You don't see numbers?
I see numbers by...
Oh, here, I found it.
Okay.
I see numbers.
Okay, there. I must be doing something wrong. I haven't used this document yet.
Here, I see numbers.
Okay, so you share with us, Av.
Let's hear it.
Here. Well, I could give you the average. Here we go. The average, and we'll close out the podcast with this. And we can't show this to anybody. Tell us anybody. The average. Actually, I'm not sure if this is mine or if this is the average. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know if this is mine or this is the average. It might be just mine. Here we go. Oh, wait, here. Here we go. Got it. Overall. Okay, got it. All right, you sure you want to hear this?
Let's hear it.
Okay. So, Hillel Schwartz, your overall fielding. Take a guess.
It's out of 10?
Yep, and point blanks are allowed.
I'm going to give myself a 6.
Higher.
Okay, I thought people thought I sucked. 8?
No, significantly higher. No, much lower. Not much lower, but lower.
7.5?
7.2, which is great. And then hitting, take a guess.
Well, 1 second. What's Moshe Zin at?
So we are starting to reveal rankings now?
Well, I just want to know what's the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. Who's the best? Who's the best, and you rank it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the ceiling. Matt Rose and Tuvia Blisco is going to murder me. Matt Rosenberg is. Here's the ceiling. Matt Rosenberg's a 9.7.
Okay.
9.7. Wow.
Yeah.
So I got a long way to go.
What's Pshad? 1 second. What's Pshad in that? 4 people rated. So one guy gave him like Everybody two gave him 10
Everyone
and
gave
two
him
gave him
a 10, it
9.5.
seems.
How did he end at 9.7?
I don't know if anybody gave him a 10. I think I actually might have given it a 9.7 on the dot.
So then how would it end up as a 9.7 if it's the average?
I think there were 4 rankings. 4 people did the rankings. 4, maybe 5. I don't know how. It was the average. Yeah, we averaged it out. I guess
Okay.
you're
Right, so
hitting
I'm saying then a couple people had to give lower than 10.
Yeah, lower than yeah. And I guess you're hitting.
So Matt's at 9.7 fielding. What's he hitting? That'll give me an idea.
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. Matt's fielding.
Now, what's his hitting?
His hitting. Matthew Rosenberg. My good friend, Matthew Rosenberg. HSL sponsor, Matthew Rosenberg.
Tax Relief Pro.
Tax Relief Pro. Oh, you know what? 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 hitting. Listen, I would agree. He's probably the best hitter. So
You got 10s across
that
4
makes sense.
boards.
My guess on hitting is a 9.2.
Little humble pie for Hillel Schwartz, huh?
Well, Avi
is
gave
it?
you like a 6 since he spent the first half of the podcast shitting on you and talking exactly how to play you.
Okay,
You're one
so give me
dimensional
a
hitter.
6.
I
So-
actually, the answer is in the average is an 8.4.
Okay, so I got to prove that wrong.
It's a very high ranking, by the way. There's very few people. You're probably in the top 10 ranked hitter between between everybody.
He has the most home runs this year.
I don't take it personally at all. I just gonna use it as fuel.
Dave, we're shutting this down right now, but if I reveal any more than I did already, that's gonna be a.
Somebody's going to give you a
punished.
spanking. A little
Yeah.
Law and Order.
Okay, so an 8.4. Listen, I'll take it. If you guys think I can't hit the right
And to be
field,
clear, guys,
then it
I
makes
didn't
sense.
reveal anybody's personal rank. This is just the average of whoever. I think there's 4 or 5 rankers, so this is including myself. That I didn't reveal any of the individual ranks. This is just the
Okay,
average.
but you got to tell me what you gave me, Avi.
Yeah, but then you started. Then you started.
I don't know
narrowing
who else
down.
ranked it. You don't even have to say.
Hill, I just have one closing thought. Hill, before we go, are you locked in for the tournament? I know you got medical school starting and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
playoffs aren't until after
What about the regular season?
my test, so I'll be there. And then 1 game a week is chill. It's just a little annoying that we have to finish our tier 2 playoffs while I start school.
Don't miss, especially now that we're missing Epstein. We need your pop. So here's my thoughts. My thoughts are: if you're captaining a Twillery tournament team, put down minimum 30, up to $70, up to $60 on Hillel Schwartz. Put him at shortstop. Bat him clean up. You're not going to be disappointed. Or bat him. One time I put Hillel at like 3rd in the batting lineup. He says, "You really
I
bat
think
him
he
first
put
or
me
second."
fourth. I think
He
he
said
put me
Shohei.
fourth.
He said Shohei and Aaron Judge bat leadoff. I said, "Okay, calm down, Shohei."
Hey,
where did
you see me with this speed catching up to Morty?
I was astonished.
That's a very impressive speed, by the way.
I was shocked. Morty is fast.
Now, granted,
Did you
did
wait?
did-
Did you see David running down the line with me? He's got
that's a
speed.
He doesn't know the clip you're talking about. Okay, so I was gonna show some of the clips now, but I'm not going to. I'm trying to make a mashup. He runs. You know what? Let me show it now, because our next pod isn't ready yet. Okay, take a look at this. You know what? I'm gonna share my screen.
What was our next pause supposed to start? 2:30, Dave?
2:30. They just said they need a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
This is-
I have
this
a
is-
hard stop at 3:30, but okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen. Just give me a second. So, I remember I need to log into. There's the WhatsApp web app, and then there's the website. To share my screen, I need to go into the app, into the website. So just give me a second. Then it takes a minute to load. Okay, it's loading in. Avi, by the way, Hillel is a Yankees fan.
Good.
Good.
Yankees fan
Check.
from Boston. People
Check.
don't like it.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It also means you had a tough childhood because you're pretty young.
Man, wasn't that tough.
2009, you were a little boy, right?
Yeah, but I remember it. My dad woke me up for the last play.
Very cute. Okay, so
I'm
first,
7 in 2009. How old are you, David?
22. You know where I watched the Yankees win that World Series, Avi? In Hapisca, actually.
Oh, back in its heyday, huh?
Back in its heyday. What was that noise?
Josh Pewdie's joined. He's infiltrated. Josh Pewdie's infiltrated onto a podcast that's not his.
Wow.
Really?
I like that.
Maybe send me the right link next time.
Okay, first,
No,
take
it is
a
right
look
link.
at take
It
a
is
look
right
at
link.
Hillel Schwartz run around the bases. Shh.
Here, you can look, Josh.
He's a little hard to see in this one. Look at
I
him
can
run
see.
around. Look at him run around the bases. Okay, let me show you. Let me show
That was
you
off a
another one.
soft.
That was off a soft. Okay. How do I minimize this? Okay, let's see one more of him running around the bases.
Oh, that was our game.
There he goes. There he goes.
I missed the video. I missed the shot. I missed the shot.
You see David running?
You see running, yeah. Okay, and then one more of Mr. Why isn't this working anymore? Okay, so let's. They run exactly. They run exactly. I'm gonna make a reel. They run exactly the same. They're both very broad.
That's
Do you
hilarious.
see it, Avi and Beauty? Do you see what
I
I'm
do.
talking-
I see. I was waiting for it to turn into Hillel Schwartz there.
It's not-
but,
not your worst
I'm gonna make a reel. Hopefully, it's not my worst call. Okay, all right. That's your cue
Oh,
to
it's
get the
not the
hell out of
worst,
here.
not the worst
Hillel.
person to be compared to. Well, thank you guys very much for having me. I'm excited
Thanks
for
for coming
Twitter. I'll
on.
be there tomorrow night.
It was my pleasure.
Great.
My
Thanks
I'm
for being such a
excited.
great thanks for being such a great a great participant in the HSL community this year. It's been a real pleasure to have you on board.
Of course, thank you guys
Thanks, Hillel.
for running
See you
this.
tomorrow. We're excited. We're pumped.
See
Come
you
hungry.
tomorrow. I hope I go for $30 so I can have a good team. Bye,
All
guys.
right. See you. Bye.
All right, Jay Pewdy in the house.
Dave,
boys.
how long do we have? 2 minutes? 3 minutes? I have two. Is Dicker coming on or is it just Pewdy?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go out and come in because it'll make it easier for the editing later.
How long are we starting this podcast in? 2 minutes?
We're
3
ready to
minutes?
start
1
right
minute?
now. Jay Pewdy is the star, and he's here.
Oh, Dicker's not coming? Okay.
I don't know where the hell he is. Let's start without him. It'll piss him off.
He's
I'm
supposed
gonna
to
come right back in, Pewdy. It's just a technical thing.
I have 4 phone calls I need to